soon-to-be high school leaver, I racked my brain trying to figure out what kind of story I had written in my 5 years here. Was it a short poem? A novel? Most importantly, was it a success story? Was I a success story? I convinced myself the answer is yes, but I couldn't bring myself to take the credit. I am an anthology of chapters written by well-wishers, each who have pieced together parts of themselves to create the collage which stands before you. We are all a collection of different parts of other people that have been gifted to us. I do not think we are simply products of our circumstances. We are products of love donated, sacrifices made, wisdom imparted. Blood runs thicker than water, so of course family plays a fundamental role in the person you are. But what about the family you choose? The ones you call friends. See, they are my biggest success story. And there will be people who are your success stories, even if they don't know it yet. Friendship to me has always been the underappreciated success story of the friendship world. Now, we've been brainwashed from a young age in terms of romance to seek validation from the one person who refuses to give it to us. Maybe it's credit to the fact that I am stuck living in a village labeled the friend zone. So, whether by choice or desperation, I now have a degree in people watching. I have observed my peers and myself invest crazy amounts of time and energy into people who were never really worthy of it, because society planted an emphasis on certain types of relationships. The carrying around a bouquet on Valentine's Day kind. The he stole my heart, so I stole his last name kind. While platonic relationships may not come with all of these bells and whistles, they'll be the ones who stick around long after the curtain has closed and the flowers have faded. But we don't need to be broken up with to realize who we truly couldn't live without. See, I do not believe that platonic intimacy gets the hype, the clout, the recognition it deserves. I also reckon it's about time we stop repeating the phrase, just friends. There is nothing just about being friends in a sea full of noise. If you have found someone who makes you feel like a Taylor Swift song, you should want to scream it from the rooftops. So hold them tighter, treat them better, look them in the eyes and say, I love you. If we invested ourselves as heavily into our friendships as we did into our romances, if we made our friends priorities instead of afterthoughts, would be living more rewarding lives. I read somewhere that everyone you meet has something to teach you. So maybe the only thing that differs is our willingness to learn from them. I wonder if after stumbling through adolescence together, the most important lessons we learnt came from one another. You saw me through my emo stage, saw me through my twilight phase. You taught me that through all of the variables in my life, I always had one constant I could count on. You forced me to go hard, dream big, and never settle. Told me we had to fight to make our place in this world. Taught me it was good to want things. After all, it was ambition that created this race of nasty women. You once texted me before I walked into an exam to try to cheer me up, saying, "Who needs drugs when you get high off of education?" Fast forward a year, when your mental health issues flourished, your education faltered. The same girl who I dreamed of becoming a rich CEO and buying an apartment with was the same girl who could only come to school once every couple of weeks because depression was a permanent guest in her mind. You taught me that I couldn't fight someone else's demons for them, but I sure as hell could give them a run for their money. I will not insult you and claim that what I have said is scientifically proven. There are no facts, no figures, No philosophers I can quote, just raw human experience. But isn't that the beauty of words? The fact that I could have spoken to a room full of strangers about my success story, and they didn't have to have known my friends to understand how much you mean to me. Anecdotes and jokes are all I have to offer as evidence. The jury is still out. But I bang my gavel down knowing this to be true. We raised each other, and we don't have a single credit to show for it. We have embarrassing Snapchats, hung-over mornings, philosophical conversations that go on until 4 a.m. So, when all is said and done, when you walk out that door with your metaphorical high school diploma in hand, know that a piece of paper, no matter how articulate, could never summarize the lessons we learnt in one another's classrooms. I could never fail a test if you were the one marking it. High school was a ride, but we were the co-pilots. I may be a writer, but you will always be my greatest success story.